Coach, we've heard all about this offense. Is today proof? Is today what this offense is really capable of?
Well, I think first thing we got to talk about is the challenge that we all put forth in our offensive line. Myself included, not just challenging the O-line, but challenging them, everybody. And, to work harder, to play more physical. And I think you saw that today. I think you saw it as the game went on. We were able to wear them down and run the football when we had to. When you had to burn 9 minutes off the clock. Is this a sign of the offense that's maturing and coming on and believing? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just a sign. This is a spark that these guys needed. And, it's about them buying into what we're trying to sell. That's all it is. It ain't about the plays, it's about the players, and those guys buying into what I'm about and my personality. And I'm proud of them. I love them, but we got to show back up Monday to work.
What about is the offensive line what impresses you the most, given that David was out?
Well, I think you got to look at the offensive line, without a doubt. Protected Taj very well. When we had to run the football, we ran the football. I think there were some things that we were holding back and waiting till now to show, and been working on and to take a little bit of stress off the offensive line. But man, they did a great job. I am extremely proud of those guys. I'm not satisfied, but I'm proud of them because they could have went one way or the other this week. They could have pouted and just threw their hands up, which we weren't going to have, or they could bow their necks, and that's what we wanted. We want to bow their necks and take a little pride in it. And let's learn how to play physical and learn how to practice physical. And boy, they did that this week. And they didn't like me. And that's okay. That's what I told them. If that's what it takes, you not to like me to play, that's great. But I'm proud of them. I am. Dalton and Landon. I mean, those guys have a lot of pride, and they took a lot of abuse this week. And boy, they stepped forward. Now, I'm proud of those guys. I really am.
Talk about Taj. He was great today.
Yeah, you look at Taj, and Taj just keeps getting better and better, doesn't he? I mean, he just keeps maturing right in front of us. And you go from week 1 to week 2, he got so much better. From week 2 to week 3, he got so much better. Was smart with the football. Knew when to pull the ball down and run it. I just keep seeing him just getting better and better as it goes. We challenged Taj this week, just as we did our offensive line, was to take ownership. We wanted him as a staff to take more ownership in this football team and in this offense. And he and I had a long talk and talked about that. And boy, he did a great job with that. I'm proud of him. It's a big win for him as a quarterback here. It is important for him as a quarterback at Clemson. He knows how important it is to be the quarterback at Clemson. It is an honor, and he knows that.
Where did you see that ownership today?
I'm sorry?
Where did you see that ownership?
I thought you saw the ownership all throughout the game. I mean, you're down 14 points. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, nobody was fazed. He just kept talking to me on the sidelines, kept growing up, making great plays, being able to pull the ball down and run it. I think you just see the ownership, him just communicating and interacting on the sidelines with those guys.
Does the slow start still concern you a little bit?
Well, you got to give them credit too. I mean, they I'm sure they practiced hard this week too. And obviously I don't want to go 3 and out the first 2 drives, but we knew at that point if we could just figure it out what was going on, get the nerves to settle down. Taj underthrows the ball on first down. We were losing first down, so we had to figure out how to win first down, and that's what happened.
Talk about the 3rd down conversions.
Sammy Watkins. I think you look at Sammy, and Sammy's a player that obviously we're all that's who we hoped he would be. Is be a guy that not only can catch football but can run the football. And I think we our plan this week was a good plan, enough to get him the ball in space, handing the ball to him, letting him run it. Phenomenal athlete, great person, better person than he is a football player. And he's a winner. And you want the ball in those playmakers' hands.
How do you think Taj's top play was? What was the best play?
Wow, that's hard to say right now. I mean, obviously the victory one. I like the victory one. He hit the knee right there at the end. I think the big pass to Dwayne to set up coming into the west end zone end right there. We didn't score on it. Yeah, I think so. That was huge. And then obviously the pass to touchdown to Dwayne. He had several. I mean, it's hard to say. The 3rd down conversion to where he dumps the ball down on a hot read. Last week we got sacked on that same play. This week he picked us hot up and he hit Sammy, and Sammy goes and scores. So I think you got to look at that. And he had so many. I mean, like I said, we're not ready to deem him any. It'd be a Heisman Trophy yet, but I mean, he's got to learn that this is what it takes. It takes hard work, and you got to continue to work hard.
Did you see this offense building some confidence during that stretch of getting third downs? 10 straight third downs. He had
I think you saw the offense building some confidence each of the last second halves of the first game and second game. It's just, could we put 4 quarters together? And I think, yeah, absolutely. You saw the offense really start to gel and come together and pull together. And, you know, it was whatever it took. I mean, we made the comment, that's why we're here. Let's go. And you knew what we were faced with Gus and those guys, and they could score. And we knew it could be like this for a while. And it just, hey, just settle down and let's do our job.
You may have not been asked this, but as a guy like Watkins, is he a guy who just has gotten it from day one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Sammy's gotten it from day one. There's no question about that. You know, he stepped on campus, and you knew right then he had a different air about himself. He was ready to go.
Is that something you can explain? Is it just football intelligence or just talent?
Good recruiting, I guess. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable talented. I mean, he understands it. He's far more mature at his age right now than any other true freshman.
What did you see from Brandon Thomas?
I thought Brandon did a good job. Hadn't looked at the film, obviously, but I thought all the offensive line did a good job. You know, we had some rough spots early on and couldn't feel like, you know, we couldn't run it in between the tackles early on, but we started doing some things on the outside and maybe trying to get some flybys and slow their reads, their defensive reads down, and just some things we've been working on. And I think you saw as the game went, the stronger we got.
How big of an asset was Dwayne Allen?
Well, Dwayne's always a great asset to have, and you know, in a game like this, you want to put the ball in your playmaker's hands. Dwayne is definitely one of our leaders, if not the leader, and you got to get the ball to those guys. But you could just sense it. He was talking to everybody on the sidelines. I mean, you're really seeing this group really merge and come together.
From a passing standpoint, it looked like Taj has been in this offense a long time, like inside and out.
Well, you know, Bart, we try not to make it. I mean, try not to make it too complicated. Yeah. I mean, we got to do things simple. We got to keep him confident. We don't have to think a whole lot. But I think it goes back, Bart, to what we were saying earlier, is that these guys they're just growing. They're growing. He's maturing. He's maturing every game.